Hey guys, I'm Wartrain. Welcome to the channel. And if you're new here, please subscribe and click the notification bell down below to get notified of all my new videos. And today's video is about a top 10 list for Nintendo Labo VR. What would you choose? This is a very tough thing. Somebody wanted me to make this video. I'm glad to make it. It was definitely a tough list to make, because wow, there are some great games on the Nintendo Switch. The library keeps growing every day, and wow, it's hard to choose, especially with Nintendo first party titles, because their games are just so colorful and they look so good. And I could definitely imagine a lot of these working. But let's get on with the list. Number 10, Starling Battle for Atlas. Not a Nintendo first party game, but a Ubisoft game, which is different than a lot of games on the Nintendo Switch. It's a space shooter game. It has Star Fox in it, which is awesome. So just flying around in space and landing on planets and skimming the surface of planets. I think this would really work in VR. It definitely would be different than the other games on this list, and I really think it would work because of that. It would just give a great variety, and this is a very underrated game. I had a lot of fun playing with it. I know some of the people don't really care for the story, but hey, the gameplay is definitely good. It can be repetitive at times, but this game could potentially work pretty good on Nintendo Labo VR. All right. Number 9, Yoshi Crafted World. This game is super colorful and it is a fun game. I had a good time playing this game. I know some people weren't huge fans of it, but it's a Yoshi game. It's not supposed to like reinvent anything. It's not going to redefine gaming. It's just a fun title that has bright colors, cartoony looking characters, and just goofy gameplay. I had a good time playing this game. It's super colorful. I think the art style really works in this game, and I think it would really work on Nintendo Labo VR. It would definitely be a different style of game to have on VR, because you would definitely have to do like an Astrobot style thing, which is on the PlayStation VR, where you're kind of looking down on the character or behind them in a third person style. And I believe that could work, and you would just control Yoshi and kind of work alongside him. I think it'd definitely be fun. All right, moving along. Number 8, Toad Treasure Tracker. This is a great puzzle game. It's definitely fun. Same thing, super bright colors, real cartoony looking. It just works. This was actually taken from the Super Mario World series. It was like almost like a mini game stage in that game, but they brought it to life in a full-fledged game for the Wii U, and it made its way onto the Switch in a port, and also to the Nintendo 3DS. So this game has actually got a 3D version, and that definitely works really well. So I could definitely see this being in VR. I think it would work really good too. It might, I'd say, almost definitely make a lot of people sick, because I think this game can make you sick anyway. Just the way that the camera controls sometimes, it could definitely make you very disoriented. Because I can get disoriented just playing this in TV mode, handheld mode, whatever. But I think this would be a great game to have on that library. All right, number 6, ARMS. Okay, I lied. Number 7, ARMS. ARMS is a unique game. Some people hate this game. Some people really like it. I'm somewhere in the middle. I think it's just okay. But I could definitely see this game working on VR. I think this game would actually be better in VR. Just the fact that you would have arms flying at you and trying to punch you, I think could be really cool. Even just swinging your arms at people, I think that'd be a really cool effect, and it would work awesome in Labo VR. All right, now we'll get to number 6. Let's see, Mario Tennis Aces. I believe this game would definitely work in VR. Nintendo obviously knew tennis was a thing that would work in this style. They've had tennis on the Virtual Boy, failed Nintendo system that came out that was supposed to replace the Game Boy. It didn't work out. A lot of people didn't want to see just red and black because the screen, everything was red. And it wasn't really virtual reality. It was more like 3D. So, but they knew tennis would be a good game to have on there, and I believe it would definitely work on Nintendo VR. All right, so let's get to our top 5 now. Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2 is a fantastic game. It's so colorful. The level design is great for just popping in and out and shooting paint at people. Kids like this game, adults like this game. It's just super fun. It's super competitive. There is a story mode in this. The online is where this game shines, though. I mean, this game has replay value. I've put a lot of time into this game, and I could definitely see this making a super splash on Labo VR. Alright, let's see. Number 4, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This game is awesome. I'm a big fan of this game. A Ubisoft game, and I didn't believe that this was going to work originally. When I heard the idea, Rabbids and Mario characters, I was like, what? It just sounded really weird. Thought the Rabbids were pretty stupid. But when this game came out, I picked it up the launch day, and was really surprised. This game really pulled through and showed us something different. This game totally worked. Made me like the Rabbids. Actually, I think they definitely brought something to this game. It was fun. Just mixing the characters up. It completely worked for me. The art style is great, cartoony. Ubisoft did a great game, made a great game with Nintendo characters, which I'm sure Nintendo was very pleased that they pulled this off. I hope that they come out with a sequel to this, or another game mixed with the Rabbids, or some kind of weird Frankenstein of characters. I definitely think it worked. It was fun. And this, I believe, would work awesome in Labo VR, especially the battle sequences where you place your action and it shows you, like, say, as Rabbid Luigi firing a bazooka. God, that would be so cool to see in the VR. All right, so for number 3, we got Super Mario Odyssey. This is a phenomenal Mario game. Possibly one of the best 3D Mario games. And it's so colorful. Art style's great. The level design's great. Just couldn't ask for a better Mario game. And I believe this game will work so good in VR that Nintendo actually added some VR content maybe like a week or 2 after launch. So they knew something was up. They knew that this was a winner. I wish they would have put the whole game in VR. We did get a little bit of just some added content. It's not the greatest, in my opinion. I mean, I guess it's fine for just like an introduction into VR, but they could have did a lot more. If they released this whole game, I think that would have hit the spot. I believe they still could. That would be awesome. Hopefully they do. But that was my number 3 pick. And with that said, my number 2 is Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Phenomenal game. I've been watching playing these games since Super Mario Kart. I really like these kart racing games. This, is in my opinion, is the best one Nintendo's made. There's so much content. The boards are great. The customization for the vehicles, just the characters. There's just a lot going on in this package. And if they added VR with with this game. I mean, you got the battle modes, you got online. I mean, there's just so much stuff here, and I believe this game would totally work. It's so smooth, the frame rate's solid. You know, the level design and the graphics just are so on point. I believe this would be a great game to have on there, and please Nintendo, put this on there. All right, and my number one is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Phenomenal game. In my opinion, the best Smash Brothers game and one of the best fighting games ever made. Just so many characters and so many levels here to play on. It doesn't get much better than this. I don't know how Nintendo's going to ever top this with a Smash Brothers game, because there's just so much content here, so many characters. I mean, it's just insane. To see these franchises colliding is just awesome. And if they could put this into VR mode, oh my goodness, wow. That would be impressive. Just to be standing next to some of these characters and throwing fists with them, and, you know, fireballs and boomerangs and arrows and bombs and just all this stuff, you know, in the trenches with these characters would be awesome. This is definitely my number one pick. I think this game would just definitely be the best. It would just look so cool to be fighting with these characters, and wow, I hope Nintendo puts this on there soon. I believe those little VR kits would be selling like crazy, but I would rather see these games and this one come out on a Switch Pro with a real dedicated VR headset. I think that would be the way to go, and just bump up the resolution and the frame rate so we could really get some of these games playing outstanding in a real quality VR setting. Would be awesome. But that's my top 10 pick of Nintendo titles to see in Nintendo VR on the Nintendo Switch. Oh my goodness. Please, Nintendo, put some of these titles on there. And what would you guys pick? I'd really like to know. Leave me some comments down below, like what you guys would pick. What would your top 10 be? Maybe at least your top 5. You know, what do you think about my list? Do you think it stinks? Do you think, you know, maybe you'd pick some of the same games, or would you pick all the same games? Because I tell you, it took me a while to think of this and put together this list, because it's really hard to pick, because there's some great games on the Switch, and I also had to think what would work. And you notice that there was a theme here. A lot of these were like Nintendo's first party characters, because their games are just so bright and colorful, and they just seem like they would work so good to be in a VR mode. You know, I know VR is in its infancy still, but there's definitely a lot of fun in it. Hopefully Nintendo will keep, you know, putting out stuff for it. Maybe put out a dedicated headset at some point. I think that would be phenomenal. I think if anybody, they could do it. But that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe, like the video. Share it if you could. I'm War Train, and I'm out.